Peace and quiet is a precious thing. So precious, in fact, that some people will pretend they need to go to the bathroom just so they can go to the bathroom, shut the door, and try to be quiet. But if you're a parent, if you're a mother, for instance, and this happens to you dads too, but you say you got to go to the bathroom, next thing you know, everybody needs something, or chaos has erupted in the living room, or somebody has just lost a limb. It happens like that. Peace and quiet is something that is so valuable, so special. I mean, now think about this for a minute. Would you pay for peace and quiet? Like if you had the ability to, you know, I'm not talking about a babysitter for your children, but like if you could fork out some money for peace and quiet, would you pay for it? Quite possibly, yes. Quite possibly, yes. There's a sense of chaos going on right now, though. Like, peace and quiet is something that is not noticeable. Peace and quiet is something that we can't seem to find. Peace and quiet is something that we can't seem to grab a hold of because there's the noise of the news, there's the noise of social media, there's the noise of the people in our own homes, there's the noise of text messages and private messages and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and news feeds. There's the noise of all those different things. And then when you shut all those things down, there's the noise that exists within your head. There's this constant state, this constant motion that is always going inside of our heads. Now, over the last couple of years, I developed tinnitus. For those of you guys that don't know what tinnitus is, it's a constant ringing in the ear. It is a ringing that will never go away. Now, my doctor said an interesting thing. She said, you need to just begin to accept it as your inner noise. And I mean, for the first little bit that I began to recognize that it was present, it was overwhelming. I mean, just this, I don't know how to explain it. It's just this high tone pitch with this low tone hum. And you know, I looked at my experience and I began to think like, okay, let me think like what she tells me to think like. Let me begin to wrap my mind around the fact that this is going to be an inner noise. This is going to be something that I cannot get rid of. This is going to be something that exists in me always. Okay? Began to develop an understanding of it. Began to wrap my mind around the fact that it was going to be present. And it's amazing how even in that experience, because trust me, I prayed through it, even in that experience of where there seemed to be noise around us, noise around myself, noise in my ears, my very ears, that was inescapable, I was able to find peace. John 14:27, Jesus is telling us, look, I don't bring you peace as the world gives you. You know, he's telling us to not let our hearts be troubled. Essentially, he's saying, look, don't be troubled, don't be afraid, don't be overwhelmed. I'm bringing you peace, not as the world gives. The world has a lot of different ideas, a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different thoughts where they're like, this is going to bring you peace. This is going to bring you peace. This is going to bring you peace. Remember when I asked, would you pay for peace and quiet? Okay, let's get it a little more personal. Would you pay for peace? Would you pay for peace? And then what have we done to attempt to find that peace? What does it cost us? Only to find out that the expense that we paid to buy the peace was a wasted expense, because the thing that we thought would bring us peace never brought us peace. In fact, the thing that we thought was going to bring us peace, the thing that we forked out money or effort or energy of ourselves thinking that that was going to provide for us the peace that we needed, ended up leaving us more empty, more hungry, more desperate, and trying to find another way or another thing to bring us the peace that we so desperately want, the peace that we so desperately need. The Bible tells us very clearly, Jesus himself said, look, don't look around. Don't look at the things around you. Don't look at the world. Don't look at what it offers. Look to me. Why? Because I bring you peace. Because I bring you myself. Because I am the one, the Father, the heavenly God of the universe. And I love you. I am concerned about you. I am deeply moved by you, my children. And I want to give you peace. Peace, not as the world gives, but only I can give.